Hello. Good to see you.
Hey there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein. Today we're taking a look at the thirsting Plunderer. He's this big bug boy. He's basically the bog predator version of the sand instead of in the howling pit. And so here today, you might remember that the bog predator was weak to crush ice, and these guys are no different. They do share that similarity in having that 10% weakness to crush, the 30% weakness to ice, and in fact they share all the same exact weaknesses as the bog predators, which is absolutely hilarious that that is the case. The only difference being that these guys do not do lightning damage. So don't come in here thinking that if you prep your lightning values, then you will be better off. So to kind of revisit those defensive values, they have a 0% resist to slash, same as the bog predators. They have a minus 10% weakness to crush, just like the bog predators. They have a 25% resist to pierce, just like the bog predators. They have a 0% blood resist, and you guessed it, just like the bog predators. They have a 30% weakness to ice, minus 30%, just like you guessed it, again, like the bog predators. They have a 20% resist to fire and a 40% resist to lightning, just like the bog predators. So these guys literally are actually recycled all the way, and they share the a very different kind of opposite way of the status debuffs though. So on the bog predators, it was stun, inhibit, then venom, then slow in that order of greatest to worst. And here on the thirsting plunderer, their weakest status debuff is slow, and then inhibit, and then stun, and then venom. So do not try for venom on these guys if you're trying to get them out quickly to get all of their HP gone, because they will take a significant amount of time. Go for slow and inhibit. Mainly just go for slow, and they will slow down very fast, and then you will be able to take them on one at a time. These guys do sport a 17,733 HP here for at least the boss version. The actual other versions depend on what kind of weapon or uh, or lack of weapon what they're doing. These guys come in several varieties. They come in the fisticuffs here, as you see all three of these boys. These are the worst. They are very fast, very damaging, and very destructive with their sand breath, or sand spits, or whatever you call it. Then there are other versions that have halberds like this one here, and there are others that have two-handed swords. There are a couple of guys that have one-handed swords, and there are no guys with hammers. So you will find these guys, and they do not drop their weapons that they're carrying, so that's kind of unfortunate, but they are very tough. They are very aggressive, but they are kind of just like the bog predators, but they do a lot more overall crazy damage because of where they are in the game. And the best thing you can possibly do for these guys is go for gifting. You can go for the Crush Ice gifts here. We have Baba Yaga's Gaze, we have Freezing Roar, and we have Cloak of Winter. These three Ice Crush gifts are very good for these guys, and there are no other Ice Crush gifts except for the Frost Turret itself. This is a great time to bring out the Frost Turret if you can. It's a great thing to bring along, as it does single target damage, and it is Ice Crush, and it is everything that they are weak to. So let's go ahead and get things going here with a little bit of blood sacrifice, and then we will get up into the battle here. Now the best thing you can do is keep your distance and cast them down from a distance, which is why these 4 gifts here are exceptional for what you are going up against. It is very tough to get in close to these guys because they are constantly doing damage to you in many different varieties and versions and directions and everything. But if you run in and hit hit one of these guys, you can almost kill them. outright, which is excellent. As you see here, we take tons of damage. So let's get this going. Okay. And let's go ahead and see if we can hit somebody here. Okay. Good. You can see these guys take pretty good damage from what we're doing here. Now we are leaking pretty badly, unfortunately. So let's back up here. Oh, and we're dead. Somehow. That's the sand spit that they go for. And as you see, if you get hit a couple times wearing a very thin blood veil, as we are here to get quick mobility and we have literally no defenses because of the Ivory Grace, we absolutely can get torn apart. However, I'll show you here as we run up to this fella over here with Dark Shout. We will absolutely just shred him to pieces, which is absolutely amazing that you can have this kind of damage fairly innocuously and simply, and they just disappear. Now, obviously, like I said, the boss version variety is a little bit tougher overall, just because he's in a boss arena, but you can absolutely delete these guys with these long-range casting gifts that don't even give them a chance to operate. So it's very potent, very strong. Okay, and if we run in and we can take out this guy quickly. Okay, he's gone. Ouch. And let's not get leaked here. So let's dodge over this way. Go for the frost turret. Okay. Ouch. Okay, we hit each other and his sand breath again there, taking us down, so unfortunate. This is why it's so important to cast them down at a distance, and when you have a partner and they de-aggro on you and they go after your partner, it makes for a very simple fight overall. Now, as I said, the guys with the fisticuffs here are the most deadly, and as you can see why, they jump at you. They do all kinds of really bad things, and these guys are pretty easy and simple to go for because of the fact that they don't really do any kind of actual damage to you in any kind of way, and they just kind of run around and nothing really bad happens. So you can take them out very quickly, very easily. And if you have a bunch of gift casting speed skills on, then you are able to constantly wipe these guys out. So let's go back in here. Let's get rid of that guy. And then let's get our haze here. As you see, we are back down to minimal numbers here. Okay. Ouch. Okay. Okay, almost killed the boss fella. Okay, let's go for a turret here. Okay, let's go ahead and heal. Ouch. We're leaking. We're dead. Because we healed. Oh, and I think we might have killed the boss there. But because the timer ran out. But as you can see, these guys absolutely wreck in very hard ways. Now, if we go back to the hammer build that we were running on the, what was he called? The Dust Cloud Bandit. And if we go for this against him, you won't really see too much of an incredible change, just because of the fact that you need to be at close range. And that is a super problem for this kind of build and setup. But the fact that we have Crush Ice is still in our favor. So it does work very nicely here for these guys. As you can see, you can knock them down, and while they're down, you can hit them again. So it does work out in the end here very nicely. It does not cost you any Ichor to attack these guys. Oops. But it does take into account the fact that you do need to get that attack off before you get hit, because as you see, you take extra super damage, and that is not the place where you want to be at all. Okay, so as we go for these guys again, we will go ahead and get all of our things going here, and we'll head in here to get our haze. Okay, and okay, Now we're leaking, and that's kind of okay. And as you see there, we can knock them all down, which is very, very nice. Okay, we got those guys. And there is the sand breath, and we can charge him down again. So gifting is probably one of the more effective ways, just because of the fact that you can stand at a distance. However, the charge attack hammer set here is a little bit overpowered for their weakness set, because now you're getting that 10% extra damage that you weren't getting on the Dust Cloud Bandit. So now you're getting even more damage from what we have as compared to the Dust Cloud Bandit, and we are getting it at basically for free. Okay, let's go for this guy, and let's go for this guy, and you can see that 10,000 damage is pretty good for literally no cost. There's no iCore cost, there's no anything cost. It's literally just, whoops, okay, well, we screwed that up. Okay, and now we can knock him down. That's the beautiful thing about this entire setup, is that it does have a guaranteed knockdown built into it. And when you pair up with other things like Impact Wave and so on and so forth, it makes for a very, very, very good way to go about engaging these guys. So let's go ahead and see this engagement again here. And let's see if these guys can... Oh, whoops. Okay, if they... Oh, okay. If we can get them all in one area here. Okay, and of course we died. And as you can see, you are sort of a glass cannon in a lot of ways here. But trying to get to that 17,000 damage point, you can get there very, very, very fast. And on normal difficulty, you can get there basically instantly. And you can be much, 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 much lower level, as you don't really need any serious form of engagement tactics. You can just run in, do one charge attack, and it's all over. So you don't have to think about, you know, kind of how you're engaging and what you're doing. You can just go for things kind of straight up. Okay, and as you see here, again, these guys make it super simple for the fact that you can simply just go for, you know, those attacks straight up without them doing anything. But when you are surrounded here with several of them all at once, it does make for a very different engagement type. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this again. But if you can go for Crush Ice and all the like here, you will be completely fine. The problem is actually getting in and doing the attack itself before you actually get taken out, because these guys are extremely aggressive. So anyways, the Thirsting Plunderer here, go for Crush Ice and Slow if you can. It will make for a great, better, much more gooder, better time. And don't deviate from Crush Ice for these guys in any kind of way. Go for here what we have in the Crush Ice gifts or the Crush Ice weapons. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. They are very dangerous. I would say try and split them off one at a time, and you should be okay. Anyways, thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.